So when we spoke at New York Comic Con, I asked you, I said, you've been a part of like every major franchise. How do we get you in Star Wars? And you were talking about how fans have been pushing for you to play Ahsoka. And you said, if it happens, it's because of the fans. And now here we are.
Well, we have nothing confirmed right now. So when that happens, I'll be very excited. But
Okay. Well, I mean, if it does happen, like, would you credit all of these fan casts?
So it would 1,001% be because of the fans.
Yeah.
1,001% fan casting, literal fan cast. That would be the day. I'd be able to look up the exact moment and the exact tweet and the exact christening of this entire, dream experience if it were to be confirmed. But we'll wait.
Okay. Wait and see.
Fingers, got my legs crossed, got my eyes crossed, got my fingers crossed.
Yeah, I'm gonna cross my tattoo finger here. Yeah. I'm hoping to be moderating a panel with you on it and those cast members. We were talking about you and Cory and how he's a bit of a nerd. So if to get a Star Wars role, would he just flip the hell out?
Oh, he would flip out. He could just delights in it, and he was able to visit on Briarpatch when we were doing the reunion scene, which was a really fun time and great episode. So he's just, he's marathoned all of Jane the Virgin. He's seen every episode just because he wanted to see the last 2 seasons with me. So it's been very sweet. He's been very encouraging and very supportive. And I can tell you, between Star Wars and Star Trek, because we're total Trekkies, I think I could retire. I think if I got those roles in those 2 arenas, then I'd just be like, I'm good. Like, what else could there possibly be to want or need,
Have you been quarantining with Cory? Are you guys together? Are you guys seeing each other?
We're so many thousands of miles apart. It's so challenging. Yeah, I'm here. I'm taking care of my parents. My dad is 6'1" and still in the 120s weight-wise, but he's 4 months cancer-free, pancreatic cancer. So it's been a long journey for this past year and going on a year and a half now. And we're just in our gratitude. If we were in that moment where he was going back and forth for his chemo in the middle of this quarantine, that would be really scary. But luckily, it's just about being here and trying to feed him 6 meals a day and get him to gain some weight. And so I've been just sort of on that sort of nursing duty. And often I'm mostly for this past year and a half. So now that was sort of the dedication during this quarantine to take care of him while he was still in DC working on the stimulus package. And then we're in April and we were supposed to have our longest vacation ever, just time period together because he's been, campaigning the whole year. I mean, and that was just only a couple months into our dating. So we've not really had a really good chunk of time together because of our work and our family and all of the other things. So it ended up being what was supposed to be our longest time together, now our longest period apart from each other. So that's definitely been really challenging. But we've been, watching Briarpatch and kind of catching up with each other on it and different shows and trying to catch him on the press that he's doing and spread the information that he has for folks to get access to funds and benefits from the stimulus package and continuing to push for the census and other things together. But otherwise, we're reading to each other. We're trying to cook together. What a lot of people are doing is kind of estranged from each other right now.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of couples are in this situation. Like I was, long distance with my boyfriend for 2 years. We finally lived together. But my favorite thing to do is we would start a movie at the same time and watch it on FaceTime together. Have you been doing that?
You find, yes, very creative things. We've been talking about we're picking the next show after Briarpatch is done. You got the dream. That's my next step is the long distance thing and finally being able to be together.
Being together. Do you have a timeline or is it just
Well, it was supposed to be this summer, but I think it's with everything now with the quarantine, I think, and just trying, who knows how long this is going to last. And so we just got to make really careful decisions about moving and because both of my parents are high risk. So I just want to do anything and everything we can in this next year or year and a half, whatever period it is, of just being as safe as possible. So I don't know if a whole move is the right move right at this exact moment. We'll see. It's going to be, it's hard to think about when we're going to be flying again and doing anything that was plans. Like plans, what are those? We're just taking it every day at a time.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of that, like, how are you coping mentally with this whole thing? And do you have like a mantra or message to folks out there that are struggling, because the uncertainty just makes everybody so anxious?
Well, I think the reality is, we've seen a lot of inequality, and we've seen a lot of institutionalized prejudice and discrimination that has made this experience very palpably different for people. And so, for me, I'm sitting here grateful that I can take care of my parents and that I can protect them and make sure, and who knows, because anything can happen, but, that we feel pretty secure in what's going on. But we've already lost family members, we've already lost friends. And the work that needs to get done in relation to people having access to housing and healthcare and education and being able to clearly be on Wi-Fi and be connected and have all of those different types of services is just really, really critical. And we're in the middle of a census here. So, people need to hopefully in this interim fill out their census forms to make sure in the next 10 years that different communities are counted and that they have the resources that they need. But that's just one small thing that all of us can be doing right now to ensure that our neighbors, not just ourselves, are in a better place. So I'm just been working with different organizations and doing everything from fundraising to just advocacy and just highlighting the different communities that are really suffering right now. We went from saying some people would be completely, sort of immortal in the face of it. We're like, young people are fine, or people of color are fine, or whatever. And there are all these weird kind of ideas that were going on online, and we're seeing the exact, the reality pushed back on that there's a lot more people at risk than we originally were communicated about. But they've been crying out for a really long time. And so hopefully in this middle of an election year and with the things that are coming up forward, when we do talk about student debt, and we do talk about a Green New Deal, and we do talk about, what people like Yang were talking about in the new future, like we're going to see even that much more layoffs because people are going to go, it's going to go more and more and more digital. And AI. So I think there's a lot of vulnerable communities out there that didn't realize they were vulnerable, a lot of vulnerable communities out there that have been crying out for help and need. And I'm just really hoping that in this time where people feel the privilege of being bored, that they can also channel some of that into the work that needs to get done to elevate everybody so that we don't ever have to see this kind of nightmare experience to our friends and our family again. I've been watching and really moved by quite a lot of people stepping up and doing what they can, and just in checking in with people and seeing folks who are going, yeah, it's tough whether they're alone in their house or not, or if they have a home, that there's still just so much love and empathy and connection that is at the center of so much of these conversations. And so, I just, even the fact, look at the world that we exist now, where you're asking me about what my mental health is, that just never happened before. And the fact that the Overton window is shifted in that way, that we're communicating about it, hopefully then that means that we can do that much more to integrate it into our society and our culture in a meaningful way so that more people have access to better mental health and the activities and realities that are necessary to make that happen.